As an identity administrator, one of your key responsibilities is to make sure your users and groups have the right licenses to access tools like Microsoft Entra ID P2, Microsoft 365, or Intune. You used to be able to assign licenses through both the Azure portal and the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. But things have changed. Today, all user and group-based license management must be done in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. If you try to do this in the Azure portal or Entra Admin Center, you'll notice the option is no longer available. Microsoft has fully shifted this responsibility to the Microsoft 365 admin experience to simplify license management and ensure consistency across workloads. You begin by navigating to admin.microsoft.com and signing in with a global administrator account. This is your central hub for managing user identities, subscriptions, and license assignments. From here, you'll handle all license configurations, whether you're assigning licenses to a single user or to a dynamic group. To assign a license to an individual user, go to the Users section in the left-hand menu and click on Active Users. Find and click on the user you want to assign a license to. Then, go to the Licenses and Apps tab. You'll see a list of all available licenses in your tenant. Simply check the box next to the license you want to assign, for example, Microsoft Entra ID P2, and click Save Changes. The license is now active for that user, and the features will be available to them almost immediately. In this screen, you're looking at an alternate way to assign a license to a user directly from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center under the License Product view. Instead of navigating through the user's profile, you're managing license assignments from the license itself. In this case, Microsoft Entra ID P2. You'll see two tabs, Users and Groups. Under the Users tab, you can click Assign Licenses. This opens the side panel you see on the screen. From there, you search for the user by name or email. In this case, I am assigning the license to Ramesh Waugh. Once selected, that name appears under the Assign Licenses to Users panel. You also have the option to expand Turn Apps and Services on or off if you want to customize which parts of the license are enabled. You're now looking at the screen where you assign a Microsoft Entra ID P2 license to a group from within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. This method allows you to automate license management across users who belong to a specific group. Like the Azure Admin Group, instead of assigning licenses one user at a time, you assign them to a group, and every member of that group will automatically receive the license. This is a powerful and scalable way to manage licenses in any organization, especially as new users are added or removed from groups over time. I've clicked into the Microsoft Entra ID P2 license view, then selected the Groups tab and clicked Assign Licenses. This opened the Assign Licenses to Groups pane on the right. In the search bar, I've selected Azure Admin Group, which will now receive the license. Below the group name, you also see a section titled Turn Apps and Services on or off. This allows you to choose which components of the license should be enabled for the group. In this case, I've left everything selected. That means every user in the Azure Admin Group will automatically get all these services enabled once the license is assigned. Once you're happy with the selection, you just click the blue Assign button at the bottom. Microsoft will take care of provisioning the licenses to every eligible group member behind the scenes. If users join or leave the group later, the licensing will adjust automatically. This group-based license assignment is the recommended way to manage licenses at scale. It's easier to audit, reduces the chance of manual errors, and aligns perfectly with identity lifecycle management practices. And remember, You can now only assign group licenses from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, not the Entra or Azure portal. If you've used the Azure portal in the past for license management, you'll notice that it no longer offers the ability to assign licenses. Microsoft has decommissioned license assignment from the Azure or Entra Admin Center. This means that all license-related tasks, whether for individual users or groups, must now be done through the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. You'll still use Entra for conditional access, identity protection, and governance features, but when it comes to licensing, this part of your work has permanently moved. Moving license assignment to one centralized portal streamlines your work. It reduces confusion, avoids conflicts between platforms, and gives you a unified place to manage all aspects of your user subscriptions. But as an admin, you need to be aware of this change so you don't waste time trying to manage licenses in the wrong place. So, what's your key takeaway? You now assign all user and group licenses from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. The Azure Entra portal no longer supports this. Make sure you adjust your processes, documentation, and training so that your team always uses the correct method. This change is part of Microsoft's effort to simplify identity and licensing management. And once you get used to it, you'll likely find it more efficient.